for 8 hours.
Only go for 8 hours. Okay.
Only at 8 hours, so we're gonna have to keep this short, I guess.
Yeah, I know.
I was having difficulty getting the Hangout up and going because,
Hmm.
like, Google changed a bunch of stuff and I had to redo a bunch of stuff, and I was like, okay. And so then it wouldn't let me have awkward authors as the name because it's not like a legit name.
Yeah.
And so then so our first name on Google Plus is Allie.
Okay. Allie.
It wouldn't let me use like anything, so we're Allie Authors. But our YouTube channel's still fine.
Okay.
I don't know, it was so confusing. I'm like, I feel sorry for the people that have really weird names and
Yeah.
have to actually apply to be like, no, this is my name.
Yeah.
Please let me use it.
That's so weird.
Yeah, it
Huh.
was really weird. Yeah. But and then it kept saying I needed to verify our YouTube account with our Google Plus, and I was like, okay, and I kept doing that, and then it was like, okay, you're verified. I was like, okay, so I tried to make the Hangout again, and then it was just like, you need to verify your account. I'm like,
Oh.
okay,
I
and
just
I did
did
that
that.
like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Oh, so I was very frustrated with Google at the
Yeah.
moment. It seems like they're trying to make Google Plus more of a Facebook,
Yeah.
is what I was seeing on there. It was just kind of frustrating.
Google Plus is very confusing, just in general.
Agreed.
Hmm.
Very much so. So do you have a Skype that you use?
I haven't used it in a long time. I have one. I don't remember what the name is.
Whenever I'm like writing, I have Skype up for whoever else wants to like hang out or whatever.
Mhm.
So I always tell people I'm on my Skype, I'm writing if you guys want to hang out. So
I'm always writing at the randomest points during the day. Like I'll work from 4:30 to 11, and I'll get home
mhm.
and write from like midnight to 2 sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes I write like in the middle of the day, sometimes I write like early morning. It's just all over the place.
My husband works the swing shift, so he doesn't get home till like 11 o'clock midnight.
Mm-hmm.
So I usually try to do my writing before then, but then we're
Yeah.
up until 2 a.m. anyways. So,
Yeah.
but while he's gone, I try to fit my writing in there if I can.
Hmm.
But so where are you at?
I am in Tennessee.
Nice.
Hmm.
So you're not
Just
too
south of
far
Nashville.
away. Oh, nice. There's so many people that are so all over in the group.
Yeah, I
I
didn't
was
even
just like,
realize that we had people all over the world and stuff.
yeah, because I was trying to like do the span because everyone said Sunday was a good day, so I was like,
Hmm.
okay. And then I was trying to do the time span at a time where West Coast it wasn't too early, and
Right.
then
Yeah.
like we could expand clear to like East Coast night, not East Coast, sorry, like the UK
Yeah.
time zone, and it would just be their night. And it's just like I can't get everybody.
Yeah.
So
Unless you wanted to do it at like 4 in the morning.
yeah, exactly. So, but that's what I was, curious about is what day and time works for those people because we could set up like a second one.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we got Thailand and Australia, I guess.
Wow.
So, yep, very
Crazy.
cool. Very, very cool. So, usually we have more people by then. Now it's really weird.
Hmm.
I don't know what's going on. So, how have you been doing with your Camp Nano?
It's been pretty good. Like I said, I haven't quite been meeting my daily goal. Um,
Mhm.
I set a goal for myself at 50,000 words for the month. So it's
Right.
almost just like normal nano. Um, I think it's a little bit less because of the extra day.
Mhm.
But I've been getting like just above 1,000 words a day, which is pretty close. And I have today and tomorrow
Nice.
off, so I'll probably get some really good writing done today.
That'll be good.
Mhm.
The 4th of July weekend kind of ate my word count.
Yeah.
So I was
Yeah.
like, oh, great. I'm going to tweet out the hangout.
Did you do something fun for 4th of July?
My mom came and visit, and we live in a small town, but we're kind of right in town.
Mhm.
So we walked to like the parade and like the
Mhm.
fireworks and stuff. So it was fun.
Cool.
What did you do?
I went my friend lives almost just up in Nashville,
Uh huh.
and she has a huge family. I think she has like 5 sisters and 4 brothers.
Oh my.
So they bought a ton of fireworks, and they were shooting fireworks off from 7 until almost 10. So it was almost like 3 hours long, and
Jeez.
and then we had s'mores afterwards, and that was really fun.
And paste and tweet. Your tweet was posted. Sorry, my allergies have me all stuffy and coffee.
Mhm.
Mm. Camp Nano.
Oh, that's so cool.
I got it from my ML my first year doing NaNoWriMo.
Mhm.
And I put it on there. That was a long time ago. How long have you been doing Nano?
I've known about Nano for several years, and the
Uh-huh.
first year that I did it, I didn't officially do it. I didn't officially sign up and stuff, but like I set
Right.
a word count for myself, and it was like halfway through October onto November,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it was like 80,000 words. So it was like,
Wow.
yeah, it was a little bit more than that, and I did that, and I like did it along with people who were doing Nano, but I didn't officially do it. And then last year I actually officially did it. So just like 2 years.
Nice. That's
Mhm.
cool. I can't remember. I think I've been doing it for 5 years now.
Mhm.
I think that's right.
You won every year?
I won every year except for last year.
Mhm.
Last year was my first time trying to do pantsing,
Mhm.
and so it wasn't really the way I do things, but I had fun doing it. It was just harder for me to reach my daily word count goal
Right.
pantsing. So
Right.
I'm definitely much a plotter, and I have little tricks and stuff so that I don't lose word count. Like I have
Yeah.
things to jumpstart my word count if I need it and stuff. So
Right. That's good. It's good to
that was
know what
fun.
works for you so you can do that every time, do it right, and then it makes you more productive and everything.
Right.
I can't plan things out. It's like I don't know, I start to overthink it, and then when I'm actually writing, it like I get too stressed out about like following the what plan I have, and so it like
Yeah.
I'm so mental. I'm always thinking about things that it like completely overthinks it for me, and I just have to like ignore it and do whatever I can get out.
Yeah. I liked pantsing because I learned how to kind of have more of a free form, you know,
Hmm.
instead of being so regimented. But
Yeah,
it was fun. I liked it a lot, but I need more structure than that, or else I
yeah,
just kind of get lost,
yeah,
or I have hard time trying to figure out things so that I can do my word count. So,
hmm,
but I can see how pantsing would be a lot of fun, and
yeah,
like you can just kind of go.
yeah.
But I end up rambling. Are you in bed too?
Yeah.
This is where I had my laptop, so I was like, bed sounds nice.
Yep.
Do you want to say hi? Are you sure? I could just turn it to you.
No.
My husband's here. I usually do this in my office, so he was like, oh, okay, you're going to do it here. That's great. So, yeah, we can draw. Sorry, I learned about all these app things the other day, last time we did this.
Whoa.
Yeah, and they move.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
We had a lot of fun last time.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. A stamp. Is that what you did, the stamp?
Yeah, the stamp.
Okay, here, clear everything out. Text. Text. Let's see. Yeah. Sweet. Put it there. What does it show up there? Like, oh. Still doesn't show up there. Okay. It's right under me. There we go.
Yay. I like those.
Oh, that's great. Let's see. I have a little mushroom. Hmm. Oh, now it looks like it's stuck to your chin.
I know.
Oh.
Oh, I can get a scarf. Nice.
I give you eyes. Better color. That's weird. I love all the little apps that they have on here.
Mhm.
Alright, we need to. It says Laurent Leroy is watching us right now. Hi, person.
Oh, this is cool. I can do black and white.
Nice. How'd you do that? With the.
Where it says enhanced or like whatever,
Oh yeah.
right next to the effects.
Warm. Smooth. Spotlight. Hmm.
I have a monocle now over my glasses.
Awesome. That so works for you.
Yeah.
Oh goodness. So you're doing the full 50,000 word goal?
Yep.
For camp, I usually tone it down to like 20 or 30 because
Mhm.
it's a little much for
Yeah.
summertime.
Usually in the summer I have more time than I do in the fall, but
Mm-hmm.
the summer has just been crazy for me. I'm working and I'm going to college in the fall. I took a year off after I graduated from high school, and I'm finally going to college. And so I'm
Yeah.
getting all of that sorted out, plus working, plus just like random things keep happening, and I have to go
Mm-hmm.
do whatever. So it's been really crazy.
That makes sense. What are you going to college for?
I'm going to major in English and minor in French.
Fun.
Mhm.
What do you
It's
want to
pretty
do?
cool because I have this app on my phone
Mm-hmm.
called Duolingo.
I have that for Italian.
And it's super great. And I've never taken a French class before. Never
Mm-hmm.
knew anything about French, and I've just been learning it through that just since like I don't know, it's since like December.
Mm-hmm.
And just based on what I've learned on that, I actually tested out of 2 French classes. So I'm going in
Crazy.
like second year French,
Yeah.
just based on that. So that's pretty cool.
That is really cool. That's a great app. It's really easy and makes the learning kind of fun too.
Yeah.
So Hassan says hi, apparently.
Hi.
We learned, I don't know if you were watching or anything, but we learned that on the actual event page, people leave comments, and we ignored them for a long time because we didn't realize that that's where they would be. So we're like, we're sorry, we were ignoring you. But yeah, I've never been the greatest at other languages, but I've always learned just enough to kind of know my way around a little bit. So it's just always been like a little. I'm hoping when we get like enough people that we can do the Q&A thing.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun. You can only turn on this feature Google Plus event page for the Hangout air before the broadcast. They have to do it before the broadcast.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense. Do, 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 do. My phone made a noise.
So what are you working on right now for Nano?
I am working on it's so confusing because I write fantasy. So but it's basically um, a class of phoenix people, as in the bird,
Mhm.
the mythical creature. So she's pretty normal, but she's got her background, her heritage is this phoenix kind of stuff. So, and I'm going back and forth between actually two main characters, and the other one is a shifter.
Mhm.
My dog just went under the bed. Sorry. So you've got the shifter and then the phoenix kind of person, and it goes back and forth between them.
Cool.
So, but it's interesting. I'm still developing it. I've been working on it for almost 2 years off and on.
Mhm.
It's mostly just because I was waiting for something more because I had just had like a base of it,
Yeah.
and then I added more characters and more things, and I'm tying it together more, and it's been really great. So I did character interviews, and that was probably the best thing ever
Yeah.
because you get to just basically sit down with your character and just go back and forth, and it was really great. It helped me connect with the character, but it also helped me like work out a few plot points and then find
Yeah.
plot holes,
Yeah.
and so it was really interesting. I recommend it to anyone.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's
it's
a cool idea.
interesting.
I've never thought of that because I've thought of like, character profiles where you say like, what would my
Hmm.
character do in this situation or something like that, but actually
Yeah,
doing an interview, that's really cool.
it was a really fun, like, people when I was telling people what that I want was thinking about doing it because I have a writing group on Wednesdays that we meet up with online, and when I was talking to them, I'm like, I think I'm gonna do interviews for all my characters, and so they were trying to help and like give me questionnaires and profiles, and I was like, no, and I just like basically just sat down with them and just did a back and forth with my
Yeah.
characters, basically what happened, and it was so freeform that I was able to tap into their personality
Right.
as well as have the conversation just kind of go wherever. So
Yeah.
it was
That's
really great.
cool.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun because it's kind of, you know, people think that writers are crazy a lot of the time, but it was a separate person, you know.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, I interviewed my villain person, and they were so different, and he was kind of a jerk but charming and stuff,
Hmm.
and I was not having any of his shit basically. So it was great.
Very
But
cool.
mhm, because I'm all about like the having fun part of it, you know.
Definitely. And like for me, characters are easily the most important part of the story. Like for
Mhm.
some people, when they read a book, they read it for the plot, or they read it for the prose, or they read it for the
Mhm.
characters. And for me, it's always characters, and that's how it is when I write. If I
Yeah.
if I can't really get into the characters, I can't write the story.
Right.
And so like doing something like that and getting so personal with them and actually having like a back and forth with them would be
Mhm.
really awesome. So I may try that.
It's a lot of fun. I mean, if you're able to like just kind of let go and do it, it just takes on a whole world of its own kind of
Yeah.
thing. So, and mostly it was conversation, but every now and then I put in a description of something that they did just because I added to it.
Yeah.
It just kind of, if it popped into my head, I just did it. So, and I
Hmm.
really liked that. It was very um, telling of so many things. I didn't think that it'd be so telling for plot stuff, but it
Hmm.
was, and it was great because I even found a plot hole I hadn't realized before. I was like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was there. And
Sometimes they just
then
solve themselves.
yeah, I heard that J.K. Rowling, apparently she wrote half of the fourth book before she realized that there was a giant plot hole. So she spent the rest of the half of the book trying to cover it up, I guess.
Hmm.
But she won't tell anyone what the plot hole was.
That's funny.
So I think it
Man,
was
I
the
wonder what
fourth
it
one.
was. Now I'm
I
curious.
know. We've tried to theorize on it before, but it's just kind of funny. What is that? Loud noises at my house.
It's okay. Earlier, actually, just before the hangout started up,
Uh-huh.
my mom and my little brother were like having a tickle fight. And so it sounded like someone was being murdered in the other room, and I was like, they're gonna think I'm a serial killer or something.
We would just assume it was be for writing research purposes.
Right, exactly.
I always wonder about that when I type into Google, certain things like how long does it take for a body to decompose in water or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
It's like, I swear I'm not a serial killer.
Um, I actually, for the story that I'm writing, two of
Uh-huh.
my characters get tortured, and so I had to look up like torture techniques and stuff. And
Right.
uh, there, I actually heard of a writer who, because of what she was researching, got called by the NSA and was like, who are you? What are you doing? Why are you searching these things on Google? And she was like, I swear I'm a writer. And so I thought that was just like a joke. Like I didn't know that the NSA was actually like involved with like your
Yeah.
searches on Google and stuff, but apparently they really are. So
Yep, they'll watch that kind of thing. I think they watch more of the terrorist kind of thing stuff.
yeah.
But do you know what she was researching? Was she researching like bombs or something?
It was probably something like that because I know there are some of those keywords like
Oops.
if you use some words together along with like the president and stuff,
Oh
then
yeah.
then it'll like set off a trigger and it like sends it to the NSA or whoever.
That's too funny. Yeah, I always worry about that. Do. I've kind of been waiting for more people to make videos on the channel. I've heard a lot of people are like, I was planning to make one, I was planning to make one. I was like, that's cool. Like, I don't want it to be like a stress-free one, but I was kind of hoping
Right.
somebody would make something.
Yeah. And see, I have been planning to make some, but like I said, this summer has been super crazy. And like,
Yeah,
of course, if it's between making a video and actually writing, I'm gonna choose writing, and so
of
that's what
course.
I have been doing. But I really do want to make some videos.
There's so many times where I'm just like, I want to rant about something, or I want to just be like so excited about something
Hmm.
that I just want to make a video for it. And that's why I was like, there's got to be other people like that. And so that's
Yeah.
why I kind of was like, does anyone else want to do this? So, but, and that's, you know, we had a writing channel called Those Writer Girls, and there was 5 of us, and we each had our day. But sometimes it was really hard to make a video for your day just because you're super busy or you're just not feeling it or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And so it's like the last thing that I wanted a YouTube page to be. So
Yeah.
that's why I was just like, everyone's like, I swear I was gonna make one. I was like, I don't want to pressure anyone.
Right.
I would
Exactly.
love to see other people, basically.
Yeah. Hmm.
I was like, that would be so cool. So the one guy made an intro video. I was gonna make another video about certain things. Actually, I had a rant that I wanted to do.
Mhm. About what?
Well, on excuse me, I have a Tumblr and I follow a lot of um, writing pages, writing blogs,
Mhm.
and a lot of them are like tips and research links and stuff like that. And there's really some great ones. and then of course they answer asks, right?
Yeah.
And so some of the asks are, it's just like the questions that they're asking is it's just like they're almost asking the person to write their
To
story
write the
for them.
story for him. Yep. Yep. I know
And
exactly
I'm
what you're talking
like,
about.
that's the whole point of
Yeah.
the writing process, is for your mind to figure it out. I
Mhm.
understand if you're kind of like you're lost in things and you don't have like other writing people to bounce things off of,
Yeah.
and you're like, okay, I got my character into this situation, but I can't do this and I don't know how to get them blah 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 or whatever. I understand like certain situations,
Right.
but some of these are so broad, and it's just like
Yeah.
that's for you to figure out, you know?
Or they're like, what would my character, a character who is this, this, and this, do in this situation? And it's like,
Yeah.
you're the writer, like you have to figure that out.
That's part of the job. That's part
Yeah.
of, why you do it, is the fun of trying to figure that stuff out.
Yep.
But yeah, it's just every now and then I get them and I'll be scrolling through and I'm like, just, just write it yourself.
Yeah. Figure it out.
Yep. I've also been trying to figure out. Um, I know a lot of writers that do fan fiction, and I've never been into fan fiction. I've
Mhm.
never really read it, and I've never written it, and I'm so curious, like, why people, you know, I know a lot of teenagers and stuff. That's how they find that they love writing, is like by starting and doing fan fiction, and then but people like are still doing it and like trying to publish them and stuff, and I'm just like, is there like a whole thing for that? Like, is that, I don't understand the appeal, I guess. I don't get it, but then that's just probably just me, so.
Um, I was never really into fan fiction either, and I actually just recently read some fan fiction, and it
Yeah.
was super good.
Yeah.
It was an X-Men alternate universe
Mhm.
mixed with like fantasy elements and all this stuff, and it was really, really well done. And so I read like a few chapters of that, and I haven't like gotten back into it, but
Mhm.
I know that like, did you hear the story of the writer of the Vampire Diaries? How she got kicked off the show or
No.
writing the newer books or whatever. Like they fired her from doing that, and so there's this website, and I want to say that it's associated with Amazon
Mhm.
or maybe it's Kindle. It's something like that, and it's specifically for fan fiction that you can like publish it without it being having like the copyright issues and stuff. It's like not
That's
officially
cool.
publishing it, but it's like
Yeah.
a different platform for fan fiction. And so since they fired her from that, she just started writing fan fiction of her own stories and publishing them that way. And so like all of the fans who loved her just went and read all of that stuff. So that's pretty cool. And I know like Neil Gaiman, he writes
Yeah.
fan fiction, but a lot of times it's like for Doctor Who and then it ends up being an actual episode of Doctor Who. So that's
Right.
and he refers to it as fan fiction, but it's like he ends up getting paid for it in the end. So I don't know if
Yeah.
that's really fan fiction.
But it's just because a lot of them are just really great and really great
Hmm.
writers and so good
Hmm.
that I'm so excited to see what they would come up with by making their own world,
Exactly.
or their whole own like characters and stuff. And so, um, yeah, I just never understood the fan fiction part because I just have always wanted to create my own stuff, you know?
Yeah,
So I
and
understand being so obsessed with something and
right.
like, stuff like that. That's kind of cool. But
Um, um, for me, I don't I don't mess with canon. I don't mess with what
mhm.
is. what has been said and what is
Right.
strictly like official and everything. But it's cool to, I guess, play with that. Is maybe it's because I'm a writer and I don't
Mhm.
want people messing with my canon, but like I don't know. I've never like if something is canon, I don't play with it, imagine it any other way. Like that's just how it happened for me. So,
Right.
but some people like to imagine things other ways.
See, and there's like two schools of thought for your writing because there's the John Green, whereas your writing doesn't become yours anymore. Once it's out there, it's not yours anymore. And then there's the whole, um, well, this is how the author meant it. And
Mm-hmm.
I see like in English classes, there's so many times where the teacher's talking like, well, this is what the author meant. And I'm like,
Hmm.
the author's been dead for centuries. How do you know that's what the author meant?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I always am curious about, I don't know, like Shakespeare, for example, because that's the most renowned one. If he's really like, that's not what I meant at all. You guys
Right.
are, And I would hate that to be me, where I wrote this great story to mean whatever, and then someone's taking the complete opposite
Hmm.
meaning for it. Like it's just like if you were writing like um, hey, I am not racist. I think things should all be diverse. And then, like, years down the road, someone going, yes, she was a very racist writer, and
Yeah.
that's why she
Yeah.
did this way. And I would hate that. I would
Yeah.
really hate that.
Yeah. But at the same time, like I I completely agree with you, but at the same
Hmm.
time, I don't want my work to be limited by just my one point of view.
Right.
Like other points of view and what readers bring to my writing will make it so much more than what I could ever make it on my own. So
Yeah.
like but still I don't want someone to completely misinterpret what I was trying to say. It's just very complicated.
Yeah, exactly. And I totally like that's totally cool. I would love because just the whole thing of everyone's like, "Oh, well, I got this out of it." Now, and I'd be like, "That's cool. I wasn't aiming for that, but that's really cool that you got that out of it."
Mhm.
Um, but then again, it's just kind of, it'd be weird if someone was just like, "Oh, yes, she did this in her writing and it meant this." And like it was so amazing. I'm like, well, I think I'd feel a little guilty because I'm like, wow, I wasn't trying to do that, and I'm not that good.
Right. But
You're making me out to be a lot better than I actually was
right.
trying to do. So, but yeah, I just think it probably has to be like a balance thing.
Yeah,
There's no one
exactly.
way or the other. But actually, did you see the? I don't know. Do you read John Green or watch the
Mhm.
Vlogbrothers and stuff?
Mhm.
Okay. Did you see his Twitter thing? It was just recently. It was only like a week or two ago, where he was watching the Twilight movies.
Oh yeah, and he was talking about
Yeah,
how it was misogynistic that Stephanie Meyer got more hate for her misogynistic characters than
yeah,
some other misogynistic characters in like classic works and stuff like that. Yeah.
right. I just thought it was really kind of cool that he likes them and that because I've always been a Twilight fan,
Mhm.
because it had nothing to do with the way she was doing this or that or what she was communicating or anything like that. It was more to do with the fact that she wrote certain things and you believed them.
Yeah.
It was you could picture it, you could see it. I just liked the whole storyline. I liked that there was a love triangle for once, but there was really no other, like the other part of the love triangle wasn't really a viable option. Like
Yeah. It was
you knew
never no
that
one
wasn't
ever believed that
no.
Bella and Jacob were gonna get together.
Exactly. So that was different because usually
Mhm.
there's a love triangle. It's like, oh, I don't know which one I'm going to choose.
Yeah.
And this one was kind
Yeah.
of cool because it was like no, we're in love, that's how it goes, but I still love you, it's just a different kind. And I think I didn't think that'd been really done a whole lot quite like
Mhm.
that before, and the fact that she ended the books the way that she did because it's the way she wanted to do it instead of the way
Mhm.
that she thought would be most popular. And I had a lot of respect for her as an author because she did it the way she wanted to.
Mhm.
And it was just kind of cool that John kind of stood up for that a little bit because
Mhm.
people bag on her all the time
Mhm.
and stuff. And I really do think it took him getting his book that popular to where he was getting flack for a lot of things,
Yeah.
where he was getting some of the negative stuff, and it took him that getting that to be like, oh, I understand a little bit more
Yeah.
about how this is and
Yeah.
blah blah blah. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Because there was a while where I wasn't hearing anything negative about John Green. Like it was
Mm-hmm.
like before when The Fault in Our Stars was still really popular, but before it became like uber popular like it is now.
Mm-hmm.
It was basically everything I heard about John Green all over the internet, on Tumblr, on from my friends who would talk about it. Everything was like, "Oh yeah, he's so great. Like, he does Vlog Brothers and it's so fun to watch and blah blah blah." And then like
Mm-hmm.
Fault in Our Stars got made into a movie, and now there's like this ton of like John Green hate that I feel like is just there because he's so popular now. And
Yeah,
so it's like if you're going to be that popular, you're going to have some hate going on.
exactly. It's just
Mhm.
to take that, but it was just kind of cool that he understands a
Mhm.
little bit now because I remember there was a Vlogbrothers video where he doesn't really bag on Stephanie Meyer, but he does kind of talk down about it
Yeah.
a little
Yeah.
bit.
I've seen
And
that one. Yeah.
mhm. And the only issue I've ever had with The Fault in Their Stars and the Vlogbrothers and everything blowing up so much was how in the media, and I'm sure I was a PR minor, I'm sure this is a PR move and he didn't have a lot of control over it, but how we were just told that we were fans. Like, oh, The Fault in Our Stars has such a great fan base.
Mhm.
And it's just like, well, technically the Vlogbrothers have a community
Yeah.
who like the book.
Yeah.
It's just like, I feel like we were downgraded to
Yeah.
and I'm just like, but we're so much more than just fans. We're not just, screaming teen girls that love Augustus Waters. We're a community around the Vlogbrothers because they do a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah.
And so that was my only issue, was just the fact I felt like we were downgraded from a community to fans.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and I kept hoping and wishing that Hank or John would say something, at least just, in a Vlogbrother video or something, just saying, hey, we know this is blah, blah, blah. And they kind of did a little bit, going, it will calm down, but that was about it.
Yeah.
So, and I haven't seen the movie yet either.
I have, and it was very good.
I kind of didn't want to go see it with a bunch of teenagers, so
Yeah.
I was kind of waiting.
Yeah.
But
I managed to get through it only tearing up. I didn't actually cry, so I
really,
was pretty proud of myself.
I did not cry at the book.
You didn't?
I didn't. I
Hmm.
didn't. I guess I was waiting. Oh, James Bob says hi.
Hi.
Hi. I don't know if they're still watching or not, but they said hi. But yeah, so I'm wondering if I will cry at the movie because I didn't cry at the book. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But apparently, from everyone else I've talked to that's went and gone to the theater, that they just had like from the point in time where Augustus get sick again. Like the
Mhm.
end of the movie, it was like constant sobbing in the theater.
Yeah. When I went, there weren't that many people. We were in like the biggest theater in the actual like theater place,
Mhm.
and there were only like maybe 20 other people in the whole theater with us. So it wasn't that noticeable, but I could definitely hear some people crying, and they were crying from about that point on to the end
Yeah.
of the.
Oh goodness. Yeah, that's kind of why I don't want to go with a bunch of, just go in a theater setting. I may even wait until it's out and get
Yeah,
it or something. Or watch it at home. Cry by myself.
there you go.
All right. So we're hitting the hour mark. Want to call it quits? Just you and me.
Sure.
Okay. Usually we have like four people in here.
Mhm.
But sorry, your first one didn't have just. It just had me. Sorry.
That's okay. You were enough.
Well, thanks. Are you planning to make it next week?
Yeah, I hope so.
Okay. Sweet. Hopefully I'll have less technical difficulties.
Okay.
It was great talking with you.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll see you in the cabin.
Yes.
Nano. All right. Good luck.
All right. Thanks.